Hello everyone, this is Paula and I am here today to tell you about the traveler's notebooks that Lynette over at Cheaplychic has. I do a few pages each month, sometimes a lot of pages each month, depending on my time. So, if you haven't ever purchased one of Lynette's Traveler's Notebook and kit, actually, and you are missing out. This is my very favorite thing to journal in, and that's because it's just the right size to handle. It's just enough pages for a month, and I just love it. And each month she sends you, along with your kit, the book title. This month is Fearless. Isn't that a cute picture? Clouds and birds and balloons. And then she writes you a little bit about what's going on with her, and she does give you some scriptures, and it's different every time. So you want to keep this with your books, at least I do. I like to add it in a pocket or something so I can remember what she had to say at that time. But you can purchase from her Etsy shop, and I'll link it below, this kit. So the kit comes with a bunch of goodies, a bunch of embellishments and so forth. And there's two larger kits. One has 15 pieces, one has 30 pieces that you can purchase individually. And there's a few other things that she throws in there a lot. And just on a side note, she makes beautiful, beautiful journals. So, and she's great to work with. All right, so she's been off for several months, and this is the first month back. And I'm a little rusty. I might have to, no, I think I'm fine. But she said something, it's hot air balloons and circus theme. You know, whatever type of circus theme, or if you just want to do hot air balloons, that's fine too. But this looks like a carousel, which is why she put that on there on the front. She always does really cute front covers, you know. She stitches whatever on there, and you just never know what it's going to look like when it comes. And she always writes the title on the front. Okay, so let's get started. I have like 4 pages planned, but we may not get but one done. It just depends on how everything is going. So I say we go ahead and do the second one here that I've got planned. And I'm going to get my clip to hold this all down. I may have to move it at some point, but otherwise I'm going to have stuff flipping everywhere. And the same on this side, maybe. I'll see. So we have Circus Peanuts, fresh roasted, and it has a little monkey here. They're like what we used to look, blah, blah, blah. They look like what we got when we used to go to the circus, and I remember them well. So we've got a couple tickets, a red and a white, but we have an original ticket. These were the paper ones that you could get at a convenience store way back when. Let's see if this one is dated. It just says Wednesday, March 12th. It doesn't tell you what year, but we all know it was from a while back. But it has all the fun circus things on here. Okay, this is the ticket, and then I have a playing card that says Circus World. Has an elephant, and I guess kind of a person that tames the elephants, but that's a cool card. I got this little journaling card that says Good Times. So you can make that whatever you want. I have a red doily and a red disc container that is out of my stash. Okay, I'll try to remember when I let you know it came out of my stash. And then I have this blue tag. So I'm thinking that what we'll do on the first page here is, I'm not going to ink anything, mostly because of time. But you're more than willing. I mean, you are more than able to ink if you give yourself enough time. Okay, so here is this little, I think what I'm going to do first is figure out, I'm going to kind of tack this down a little bit here. And I want it to go inside the tag, the disc holder or whatever, envelope. I'm usually not so rusty, but it is early in the morning too for me. You never know what's going on with me at what time. I've got so many things going on right now. I'm very busy. You would not think that, since I have not been doing a ton of my regular work. I just am gluing this card down onto my red doily. Okay, just put the glue all around the middle, because it is slippery, so you want it to be glued down. Now, you can slide this in or out. I was thinking of putting it, there's a flap here on this page that folds out. So I'm thinking about putting it as far over as I can on my page and bringing it as far down as I can. I'm going to leave this top open and just put glue down the two sides and across the bottom. This way we can have a pocket behind it. But first, let's slide this in. See what we end up with. If you have something that just won't stay in here, you can tack it with a little bit of glue behind it. But I feel like this is, pretty tight with what I've got, and it's going to be fine. You do get a white doily in your stash. This red doily did come out of my stash. Let's see, do we want to tilt it? Yeah, let's tilt it a little bit. I like that. Let me scoot it in. Now it's wanting to move around a little bit. Of course. That gives you a problem. Just tack it on the back, on the inside. And actually, if we close this, we won't have to worry about that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just taking some glue stick, and we're going to close this. That way it doesn't come out and we don't have to worry about it. And you could put whatever you want inside one of these disc player envelopes. And once you get it in place, it shouldn't move much. Okay, so here is where I'm going to put it, and I am going to glue down all three sides and keep the top open. What I do is I usually put my hands to hold it on the side I'm not gluing on. That helps me to remember that, this is where you stop. Okay. Now, I may have too much glue. What else is new, I have a tendency to do that. You guys know that. Okay. I've been part of the group that Roxy Creations is having right now with the sewing. It's been so much fun. It's, I'm trying to think. I just went blank. It is Roxy's Creative Stitchery, Journal of Stitchery. Roxy's Creative Journal of Stitchery. I got a little bit of glue right here, you would know. Came off my finger. Anyway, from what I've heard, I don't know this for fact, but I've heard this. through the grapevines that, oh, Paula, I just made a little bit of a boo-boo. Let's just take and put some glue behind that. That's what happens when you talk, right? That's part of the fun, though. Okay. Anyway, I'm part of that collaboration, I guess. And I've been having so much fun because I used to embroidery and slow stitch and so forth when I was a little girl. And I'm going to take this blue tag. Now you can do it on either side, this side or that side. Take the little hole punch out, and I've got to decide real quick. I think I'll go ahead and put this down so then we'll kind of have an idea. And I am going to glue the whole thing. Okay, we just need the one pocket this time. So you want to kind of glue up here on the flap too. I just don't want, you know, to have 50 pockets on 2 pages and not be able to have a journal that is a decent size. When I journal in them, I definitely don't make them too big. If I'm just playing in them and know I'm not going to be able to journal in them or whatever, I'll just keep going. Okay, so here is the popcorn bag, or the peanuts. It's actually peanuts. Okay. Okay, now that'll get that bag a few minutes to settle in. So I'm going to take this and do something on this side, because things that happen at the circus are fun and they are good times. So I'm looking for a second to see. These are some cards that I had from Maggie Holmes, an old book that had like 4 or 5 pages in it, and it happened to have some of the little cards. And so I'm just looking at those to see what we could put on here besides Good Times if we wanted to. And really nothing's the color that I would want it to be. And yeah, so we'll pass on doing that for now. I also thought about, oh, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to fold this letter from Lynette. And make it into a tag size and try not to cut off the word fearless for sure. And then I'll always have this, and at the same time I can, let's see what it looks like in here. I think that's going to be the best place. I don't want to cut it off because I just don't think it would look as good. I like it right there. So I know for sure I want to put this ticket inside here, because it just is necessary. Now we have a red and a blue ticket, and I'm trying to think, where do I want to put those? I could put them here on the top of the tag, put the Good Times on here, and then clip them on up here. That, I think that will look good. So let's do that. Let me hold them for a second. Let's get this glued down. I don't know if I like the corners being rounded because they're not on the tag and it just looks weird to me. So I'm going to take care of that little problem and just straighten those two ends. It'll make it a little shorter, but for for this particular thing, I think it will look better. I'll be right back into, I have to tell you guys, I've been so busy in my craft room, working on different things, and I do plan on involving you in some of that. Let's see. Sometimes you just get in the mood to make certain things, you know. So I'm going to glue that right there. And let's see if we're down far enough. If I can get it to work here. Trying to figure out how far down I need to go. I kind of want it where you can see good times, so I'm going to lower it just a tiny bit. So here we go. We're just going to take our glue and glue around the outsides. Enough to keep it down. Great how it fits. I mean, just barely fits on here, but it leaves just a tiny bit of blue on there. And then we're going to get our tags out now, our tickets, I mean, and just take our stapler. Our tiny attacher is actually what that is, and that is simple but fun. Okay, now we got to decide what kind of fiber we want. Now, I don't know that I have a blue fiber, so we'll put that in. You never know what color the fibers are going to be, but I have so many fibers, I could probably get into my archive and find them, if you want to call it that. Okay, so we're going to take this blue, and I'm only going to take half of it, and because I don't want to waste it. Let me see if that's going to be too much. Sometimes you just don't want, I think it is, so I'm going to cut it again right here, and that will save some more for another tag. So you just take this little blue fiber. I don't know what any of these fibers are called, but I know there's a lot out there to choose from. Watch for the yarn sales and so forth. You can go through there and get stuff on sale nicely. Okay, I'm going to double knot it. There's a lot of ways you can do these, but I like them. I like to know they're going to stay attached. And I'm going to put this right behind the circus ticket. I don't want it to touch the glue until it's had a chance to dry. But there we go. I think that is really cute. Now over here, I really didn't plan for anything on that end, so it could be almost folded. Let's see which way it was folded. It was folded to come, let me see, let me get this little bit of glue right there. You know, I look down and it's seeping out. We don't want the pages to glue together. So I'm thinking maybe we should put some trim on the outside and cut this even and just cut this flap off, but I can't because there's something on the other side. So that is out of the question for now. We're just going to leave it open and see what happens. Now, I have this stamp, but I'm not ready to stamp on it yet. We'll decide what gets stamped on later. Okay, so we're going to go to page 2. There's, you know, this one ought to get us through the video. Okay, we had an envelope in the kit. And I'm just going to fold it up. You know, it's a number 10 in blue. So I'm just going to fold it up. I'm going to glue that shut right there, because I'm going to use it like a pocket. Now you can do however you want, but that's how I'm going to do. And just put a little glue under there, hold everything down, and I'm going to make a pocket right here. Got to glue these little edges down. Get as close as you can to the edge. I'm using Fabri-Tac in my frosting bottle. Now you just push that down. Give it a chance to dry up and down here. Envelopes make great pockets. You can do all kinds of stuff with envelopes. I haven't done every one of them, but I've watched Roxy and Gail, and well, there's several other people that make them into different things all the time. I've done it too. I just don't do it as often. I try to put things on my channel that have not been done 100 times. I try. It's not always easy. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's cold today. Oh my goodness. I hope it gets warmer. So I'm going to put this little piece of pink paper that was in the kit. Let's see. Let me get a pencil. So let's see if I can cut this straight. There's not always that hope. No, it's not straight. I tell you what, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodle, she can cut anything straight. I try to, and then it ends up a mess. So this is going to go on top of here just to cover up all the envelope craziness. I like that Lynette does, you know, this is an older kit as far as Maggie Holmes. It's been, I mean, maybe a couple years since she released it. And I love that she's using something that's been around for a while. Because some of the good things, when they disappear, you just wish you had them for something, you know, whatever it is that you decide you want to do. Now, I'm going to cut across the top of this. Well, let me think for a minute. Yes. I'm going to cut very thinly across the top. Now, I would probably do this with my trimmer. I just don't want to have to lug it back out. I forgot to do it when I was prepping. So you take that and you trim it down. And you can get your little hole punch. This is a 1 inch. And raise up or separate the envelope here. Just like this. And center it to, if you can get it in there. Sometimes I forget about that too. You want to center it the best you can. If you can do this ahead of time. Goodness, if I can get my hands on here. I was trying to do it where you guys could see. This may be crooked. Nope, not so bad. And we're going to use the tag for the pocket up here that Lynette includes one long tag in the kit. And I'm going to see if I can, if it will go all the way down and the whole thing won't be on the page. Nope. I'm going to have to trim the bottom just a tiny bit to make it fit in the page. So this, I do want to make sure I get this straight. So I'm going to lay my trimmer up here. I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch off. Now again, if you want to ink your pages, that's great. Go for it. So I just took a 1/2 inch off the bottom, and the bottom was not rounded, so I can just slide it in now. And here we go. Fits perfect. Now we do want to put a, maybe we'll put some of that same blue, maybe that other little piece of blue right here into this. Oh, wait a minute. We have some pink in there too. I like the pink. So I'm just going to cut the amount that I think will look the best. Come on, fiber. It's wanting to come apart where I cut it. I may have got it too small. That's what you get for guessing. So we have still been very busy remodeling our house in Branson. Whew. It has been fun, but you know, it's taken up a lot of time, but we wouldn't have it any other way. It gives my husband something to do. And we had decided already we wouldn't travel until COVID was looking better, because I like to take cruises and go to, you know, beaches. That's my favorite thing. He wants to do a Mediterranean cruise, and I'm not against it at all. It's just during that whole time, somebody is bound to get COVID. You know, it's a longer trip than most, and so I'm just a little bit of a coward. I lost my brother to COVID and several friends, and I just don't have the best health, and I would not want to take a chance. And okay, there we go. We're just going to leave it, and I'll put a staple in it. I don't want to crumble it to death, but I think that this will give it some texture anyway. You can't even see it. There we go. I used the wrong scissors to trim that fur, and that's why it kind of went crazy on me. Now, we are going to put another tag in this pocket. It's got the hot air balloon and cloud, and I'm just going to slip it down in here, and we can decide. Let's do the blue this time, since there's blue on the... And Lynette stamps tags and puts them in your kit. So you get several tags in your kit, several different kinds, and bags and envelopes and all that sort of stuff. So you get a good value for your money. A lot of people would charge what she charges for the whole kit, album and kit. Other people would charge, you know, just that for the Traveler's Notebook, but she does not. If you buy just the Traveler's Notebook, it's half of the $40 is what I think it is. Don't take my word 100%, but I'm almost positive. It'd be my luck. I'd tell you something and things will change. No, I believe that's what I read when I went in. I always go in and buy the 15 piece because it gives me a little bit more to work with. Plus you can, you know, you use your own, I think I just, no, I didn't do. I thought I had glued where I shouldn't have, but I didn't. Okay. I'm going to bring it all the way down and as far out to the side of the, you know, this side. Glue it down so we can get it to stick. I'll take this out for a moment. I don't think this will get glue on it, but let's not take a chance right now. So, on the other side, we are going to have a hot air balloon. Now, this is going to be tricky because it's going to be on a folded page that's from the other side. So I'm bringing it in as much as I can. But isn't that cute? This comes in the kit. I mean, you could cut it off, you know, and just have part of it on there, but it just makes, no, it's not as cool that way. And I want to tilt it because, you know, I'm a tilter. What can I say? I'm just going to glue it down and hope everything comes out like it should. And so you have hot air balloons, you have all the circus stuff. Everything in here is about, you know, to me has to do with fear. But all right. Now hold that down. Okay. Please go over and check out Lynette's Etsy shop and her channel. You'll be amazed. She's just adorable. Okay, so I'm going to add this back in the top here. Okay. It's kind of a tight fit for a second. And then I'm going to put this one back in here. And we've alternated the blue and pink, which works. So on this side with the hot air balloon, you know, there's multiple things we can do. We can add a punch out. I think I'm going to do this punch out. I think I might hit it with a little bit so it stands out on that page. I don't know how well it will. I don't have much glue on my dabber. When you stack things on top of each other, sometimes they'll just fade into each other. And so even if you're not inking everything else, you need to ink that so that it doesn't look like it just disappeared. Okay, so do it like this. You know, I have a tendency to make everything a theme and make it match, and I love doing that. It's my favorite way. And so there we got a little a little one bouncing around. Okay, and so I have these craft little, this looks like a cloud for sure, see? But I like the clouds that are flat on the bottom. They're kind of the today kind of cloud. And then I'll take one of these circles and do that with the circle too. Just gonna cut it in half. And then you'll have another one. Now you can make one smaller than the other, like we can cut this one smaller so they don't look like they're identical. Now we can put these up here, which is what I think we'll do. The problem I'm finding is that we're gonna not be able to bend this. So I don't want to put anything too far over. So I think we'll just put let's put the clouds up here. Here's one passing over, and here's one. Or do we want to do it? Or do we want to do it at all? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I like the small ones better because they're not as wide, and that does make a difference. So I'm going to do another small one. Cut that one crooked. So how's that? That's better. That's better. Now I had a kite to put up here too, but I don't want to cover everything up. How about we put it on the tag? That would look better probably. And I'm going to hit it with a little bit of ink also. Just like that. Just around this portion. Because it'll be lots easier. Let's see. I need something to... I'll put it over here. I'm just going to put glue on there and stick it down and hope that it stays. I'm sure in the early days they had kites, if I had to guess. So there you go. I'm going to be careful so that that has a chance to dry. And I'm just going to kind of put it like that. All right, so over here we could do another ticket, but maybe we can find a pink one in all of my tickets here. Oh, there's a pink. I think we just need one. I have a variety that I've collected over time. And I want to take it and put it on this side. You know me, I'm not going to leave the space. I hope I can get this under there. I may have to glue it. No, maybe not. Since this is dry now, I think we'll be good. Nope, that didn't unhook it. It's definitely dry. Okay, there is that portion. Okay, now over on this other side, we got to glue these down. Let's hit them a little bit too, especially on the bottom. Okay. I want to make sure I get these in here straight, because I'm setting at an angle and you just never know what you end up with. I think those are pretty close. Let me hold it up again. Yeah. So the thing I love about doing these is there's no right or wrong, you know, in making these. They're just so cute when you're done. And I'm going to cut this out. Today was magic, off of one of those little cards I have in my Project Life cards. They're not really Project Life. They're more like was in Maggie Holmes' leftover paper I had. I'm surprised I still had it. All right. So I'm thinking we'll put this straight away. Let me make sure you can still see. Yes, right there. Because it would be a magical day after flying in a hot air balloon, wouldn't it? With your friends or your mom and dad, depending on how you do it, or your husband. But I can tell you right now, I would be afraid. I would have fear in this everyday thing too. And I think this might be a good page to stamp. Now that I think about it, I didn't have any plans. But let me see how much time we've got. Okay, we can do it real quick. So we're going to try stamping, and I'm going to do it on my paper that I'm working from here. I never know which ink pad needs to be re-inked. I have so many. So I'm putting Fearless. And this is on those little square alphabets. I'll show it to you when I'm done here. Yeah, I used all caps. So I'm gonna stamp it right down here, and hopefully pretty good. Wasn't perfect. I need to put something under this next time I stamp it. I just realized when I was doing it. But anyway, these are those little square things you can pop together. I put a rubber band around it just because I don't want one to pop off on me. I've not ever had it happen. But they come in this. This is the medium American typewriter bundle. And I'm trying to remember. It's 1/4 up to 1/4 character height. 1/4 inch character height. But I usually keep them all together, but you know, it's a lot of fussing and a lot of work to put them together. So now I just kind of keep them in here upright. But you can get them in multiple sizes. And you can get some that are something besides letters on Amazon. They're not cheap. I will warn you, they are not cheap, but they are a lot of fun. And so that will be the end of today's video. I hope you guys had fun. I'm going to figure out what to do with this little piece hanging out there. And I'll save it and show you what I ended up doing. I'm probably going to look for some trim that will go in on the sides. And it will stick out as far as we need it to. As far as this red here. Probably what I'll do is cut this off and then put trim on this side and this side. So we have this one we did today, which is fun. Makes me want to go to the circus. And then we have the hot air balloon and kite. Envelope, or a pocket we made out of a envelope. Clouds that we made out of circle scalloped or scalloped, however you want to say it. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye now. I'll see you probably in another 5 to 6 days. That's what my plan is. And we'll do 2 more pages. And we'll do that for at least 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll see how my time goes, and if I can do that, that's what my plan is. I'm also going to do I have another plan. I'm making a project, and then I'm going to have you guys help me decorate it. And so then you'll get to see what that is, and then it will go into my Etsy shop. So I had fun today with everyone. I hope you did too. So go out and get you a traveler's notebook. The title is Fearless. Over at Lynette's Cheaplychic is her Etsy shop. So you don't want to miss it. It's lots of fun. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.